It has been a hot minute since I have put out a video. In fact, almost 2 weeks to the day. So here we go. Putting out a vinyl thread for Cam at the Vinyl Narrative. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy at you with another video. And in fact, over the course of the coming days, I'm going to be putting out a series of thread videos. I think threads are fascinating. So yeah, I'm going to be responding to multiple threads. I think 3 or 4 for sure. This one here is for Cam at the the Vinyl Narrative. I don't know why I always get tongue twisted on that one, but Cam, the Vinyl Narrative, heard about this actually through Chris Mann at the Vinyl Mann. So I'm going to link both of their channels down below, Chris and Cam. Both great guys. Check them out. Give them a sub. So as I mentioned, it's been a little bit rusty with my videos. I don't know why. Just lack of time, I guess. Lack of time and a lack of doing the videotaping or recording. So Cam at the Vinyl Narrative has this thread going around. There's been a ton of them, a ton of responses to it. And that is show 5 records that you would never sell, never get rid of, never sell. And so I've got 5, but I'm also going to include 2 bonus records. So I'm actually going to give 7 records that I would never get rid of, never sell. For the most part, actually, all of these are of sentimental value. 5 of them, the 5 of them I'm going to show as my main ones, are records that were bought for me, purchased for me by family members. Or actually, I should say 4 of them were purchased by family members. 1 of them was inherited. And the other 2 are records that are either found for value reasons, or 1 of them was made by myself. So there we go. So without further ado, let's get started. And I'm going to start with one that I inherited. This was inherited from after my grandfather's passing. He used to really love Irish music, doo-wop music. My grandfather was into country music and a whole pile of other different things. Definitely left a mark in my musical taste. So this one here is John McCormick. Sings Your Favorite Songs. The great John McCormick sings your favorite song. He was an Irish tenor, obviously from Ireland. My grandfather loved Irish music, and upon my grandfather's passing, I inherited this. Now, could I get a replacement copy of this? For sure. And in fact, side 2 of this album is a little bit scratched up through my own fault. Either fell or one of my kids got a hold of it. But the reason that this one is sentimental to me is my grandmother actually wrote, I believe it's the date that they either bought this or went to a party or something. My grandfather was stationed in the military in Germany, and you can see my grandmother's handwriting with a date on it. Germany, December the 1st of 1967. Right there. So it includes a little bit of my grandmother on it. This is only pressed in the UK. So for me to get an actual replacement copy of the vinyl itself, it cost me a little bit of money. But yeah, no, I love this kind of music. 1920s, 30s. Irish tenor music. So love this stuff. The Carrie Dance is a great one. Kashmiri Song. These were all recorded in the 30s and the 40s, so fantastic. I will definitely never sell that. even if the vinyl was in great shape. Up next is a Canadian band. Now, this is sentimental to me. This, I believe, was the last record that my dad purchased for me before his passing in 2016. So I remember when my dad got this for me. I had gone down for the summer, and he pulled it out, and he was like, got this for you at this record shop in downtown London. I believe it was on Dundas Street in London, Ontario. So Zon, Canadian 70s, early 80s rock music. I think that this is one of the coolest covers that I own. Very haunting cover, astral projector. And this is it's a gatefold. The band members are on the inside cover. And yeah, so I remember my dad used to play them when I was growing up, and he just happened to find a copy of this when he was in the record shop. I've shown this before, but it is on a see-through blue wax, so that's pretty cool with the orange label there. Epic label. They were signed to Epic, so I'll flip that around. But yeah, no, really cool. Never sell it. Once again, I can't. I mean, could I replace it easily? For sure. But this particular copy was one that I got as a gift by my dad prior to his passing. This next one is a 45. And you're saying, why wouldn't you sell a 45? Well, once again, this is something that was given to me as a Christmas gift from my younger brother, Scott. He's a couple years younger than me. It is The Three Little Pigs by Green Jelly. My brother knows that I used to listen to Green Jelly all the time, or as they were once known, Green Jello. But due to copyright issues with the Jello company, they were forced to change their name to Green Jelly. So it is Three Little Pigs on side A, and then Electric House of Love, or Electric Harley House of Love, is on side B. So my brother thought about me, about what I used to listen to when I was a teenager, and I got this oh man, I'd like to say at least 10 or 15 years ago. Once again, I was down for Christmas. We went to a breakfast restaurant, and my brother gave me and my wife and the kids their Christmas gifts. And of course, one of those was this 45. So definitely won't be getting rid of that. Up next is my wife. A couple years ago, might have even been last Christmas if I remember right. But yeah, for my Christmas gift, she got me Green Day's Dookie. I had this on CD when I was in high school. I remember when I got it in high school. I actually won a shop award in high school, and back then they used to give $25 gift certificates to our local video store, music shop, whatever it was, and I ended up buying Green Day Dookie on CD. But my wife got me this, like I said, last Christmas on vinyl, and I was ecstatic for this. Love Green Day. In fact, it's the only Green Day I have on vinyl, but this is an amazing album with, of course, Long View, Welcome to Paradise, Basket Case when I come around. They're early classics for sure. Once again, can I replace it? Easily. Any shop sells these. But the fact that my wife got it for me, very thankful for that. And last but not least, at least in my original 5 for the what I'm not going to sell, I have talked about this one many, many times. In fact, I've talked about it on our show on Wednesday night with Rob and Joe, Northern Revolutions Wednesday night show. My daughter. And this is probably, out of all the records that I ever received or have received from any of my family members, the one that I was expecting the least. My daughter, of course, was in college, and, college is expensive, but she thought about buying me a Christmas gift and actually ordered this all the way from Germany on Amazon. And that is the Minecraft soundtrack. This is the Alpha. I ended up buying Beta later on, but I've talked about this many times. My daughter never had to buy this for me. She didn't have to do that. Did it because she felt that she wanted to give us Christmas gifts, even though she couldn't afford it. And I love my daughter to death, as I do my sons for sure. And hell or high water, this is never, ever getting sold. I know for some people it might be silly. Why won't you sell your Minecraft? Well, if you're a father and you have a daughter and they buy you a record, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, this was a fantastic gift, and got to show it. Minecraft, it is on green, and as morbid as this sounds, I've mentioned this before too, that the Minecraft Alpha soundtrack is the only record I have in my collection that if I'm dying on my deathbed, I find it so peaceful and mellow that if I'm on my deathbed, I want it to be played so I can go out nice and easily and calm. I know that's morbid, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so those are my 5 definitely not selling because they have sentimental value ones. And these next 2 have differing reasons. This one here, I have shown before on my channel, but I definitely won't sell this. There are only 3 copies of this ever made. Nimble Lorry, Consensual Ripoff. This was a band that I used to belong to, and upon my last coworker who was in the band leaving, he sent me all the files of all our songs that we recorded, just with cheap microphones, and then he sent them to me in a zip file. And I thought, hey, why don't I make a vinyl record of some of the good, actually the better quality, I guess, songs that we recorded. And so there's, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tracks on here, sides A and B. And the Dead Starfish that you see down there, there's actually a track on here called Dead Starfish Highway. I took a picture of that when I was in Labrador. I saw this dead starfish squashed on the highway, and I thought it was not hilarious, but I thought it was just the most odd thing I'd ever seen. And so I sent a picture of this to my wife. But yeah, no, these are just tracks that my band made, and I had it pressed for me. The only other 2 copies of this are one of the other members of the band, my buddy Steven, and my brother have copies of this. They have clear copies. I had mine pressed on blue wax. So this one is sentimental to me because of how limited the pressings are, and secondly, it's the band that I once belonged to. And last but not least, I actually have 2 copies of this. One I found at a yard sale, one I found, I can't remember exactly where. But my location that I live in, very few people get to record music. And so I got this one at a yard sale. It's called Goose Wings, The Sounds of James Bay. This one actually is worth a bit of money if you look at it on Discogs. But these are local artists, indigenous artists from the community that I live in. And some of them are sung in the Cree language. Others are in English. But it's a really cool record. I think it's got really nice artwork. And so, yeah, these are all albums that I will never sell. So Cam, the Narrative Vinyl, once again, if you haven't checked out his channel, do so. I will leave links down below. Same thing with my buddy Vinyl Mann out in Wales. Leave his down there below as well, because he's the one that referred me to this, thinking that I would love to do this. And it was a great idea, great concept. And of course, like I said, my buddies Rob and Joe, Northern Revolutions, Racer Joe, we do a Wednesday night show on Rob's channel. So come and check that out, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. And that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to be doing multiple threads over the coming days because I'm just trying to get caught up. And I love doing threads. I think they're fun. Gives me a chance to show off my collection in ways that I normally wouldn't. And so, yeah, I hope that you like this. 5+2 albums that I will never sell, never get rid of from my collection. Hell or high water. Take care, everyone. Leave me a thumbs up, comment down below. And until next time, cheers, everyone.